Most of the time it's in big groups though, but I feel like me and Altus are always in those groups, if that makes sense. And then I would say it's probably Ryzar, and then Nayu, and then Uki. I think those three people I spend the most time with. So I have a funny story. I don't remember what day it was, but basically I was with Nayu and Altus and Uki was going home. And as he was gonna go, Uki hugged Altus and Nayu, and I wanted to hug too, but at that time I was shy and afraid. So I like put out my arms, and the way I see is like I try to gauge the other person if they're coming in for a hug or not. And I didn't feel that from Uki, because I feel like we were doing the same thing. We were trying to gauge if it was okay to hug each other. So Uki was going in and I was going in, and then we both weren't initiating the arms up kind of technique. So we were like, oh shit, this is not a hug moment at the same time. So then I just waved back like a fucking Club Penguin emote. I just grabbed my other hand and was like, bye Uki. Freaking. And then he was like, bye. And then Altus and Nayu stared at me like, what the hell was that, bro? And then Altus was like, why didn't you just go for the hug? And I was like, I don't know. Did Uki want the hug? It didn't look like it, but I also wasn't giving the signs. And like, was he? I don't know. Maybe he felt uncomfortable. I didn't want to make him feel uncomfortable. And then I was like, it's literally not that big of a deal. If you want to hug him, just hug him. I'm like, I haven't spoken to Uki that many times, right? Like, I don't know. Is it okay? This is like the third time we spoke. Can you hug people on the third time you've met? I don't know. I didn't know. So, you know, I went home, forgot about it. But the next day, in the karaoke, I was in a room with Ryzar, Altus, Uki, and Nayu thing. And then Altus was like, just straight up said, it was like, so I felt like my dad or like older brother was talking on my behalf. You know that feeling when you're like with your parents or whatever? Like if we had a burger, like, oh, I want a cheeseburger, but I don't know, right? And they're like, oh, okay. So they go up and they're like, yeah, my son wants this cheeseburger. Like, why do you have to say that? Just say, can I get 2 cheeseburgers? Why do you gotta be like, yeah, can I have a cheeseburger and can my son also get a cheese? Why? Altus did that. Basically like the same kind of vibe. So he was like, oh, by the way, Uki, yesterday night, while you went home, when you were hugging everyone, Malim actually wanted to hug you. I'm like, I just sat there and I fucking mouth open. I'm like, there's no way you just did that, dude. That's so embarrassing. He really wanted to hug you, but he was just a shy little boy, and he did like the ha 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 Altus laugh. And then Uki gave me like a really like genuine bright smile, which melted my heart. But at the same time, I was freaking embarrassed as hell. And I was like, why did you say that? That was embarrassing. And he's like, well, do you want the hug? And I'm like, yeah, I do. And then Uki was like, oh, don't be shy. You know, in his sweet, freaking soft voice, whispering into my tender ears. Like, God. And I was like, okay. So then that same day when we were all leaving, I finally gave Uki my first hug. Today was so, I felt like the vibes today was so much more different, because you know the first time when you're meeting, I think I'm very shy too, and I feel like the same vibes with Uki, so we kind of like limit ourselves, if that makes sense, right? But then today, after we hugged, oh my gosh, it was so much fun. Everyone was so much relaxed. I could feel like tension is gone. We were eating at the sushi restaurant and shit just fucking went wild, bro. We were touching each other. We were resting our heads each other, interlocking each other. We all touched Altus's muscles. Nayu became a freak. I'm not gonna explain much though. We were touching hands. We compared hands. We Oh, I interlocked hands with Uki. That's right. That's right, guys. Be jealous. Ayo. I felt so happy. Because I was saying like, yeah, I got yaoi hands, right? We were comparing hands. And then I offered my hand to Uki. And then Uki put his hands. And he went above and beyond and interlocked it. And I accepted it with my whole body, bro. I was ascending. How's Uki's hands? They were as pristine as the river in the Appalachian Mountains, and as smooth as the clouds right after a rainstorm, and as fluffy. That's probably right. Yeah, and it shined with the rays of a million suns. I don't know. Oh my gosh. About you're in love? I don't know. I like Uki. How do I explain my feelings? At first, I really wanted to make sure he was comfortable. And I can understand, like, from the perspective of, oh, I have this established group and this new guy just comes in. It changes it up a little bit, right? Like, of course, it's obvious. I understand that. I feel that too. So my priority was to make it as comfortable as possible. And then after that happened, I felt like I just wanted to see Uki smile more. Yeah, I guess it kind of transformed from like, I don't want to make things uncomfortable to like, oh, I want to have more fun with everyone. So that was the impression I got, or like the vibe that I wanted to go for, if that makes sense. So yeah, anyways, happy. Today was a good day. It was a good day, yeah.
Just live comfortably. I'm not too strict. Like, I was eating chips. You know when Nayu and Uki had their snack stream? After they finished, me and Malim, we went into the stream room and we're just like finishing the rest of their snacks. Hello Uki. Uki, I promise I'll comment on you next time I'm in Bermuda. I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to comment on you after. Hope you're doing well though, Uki. It was so fun hanging out, honestly. I love hanging out with Uki. I'm not sure if Uki ever showed anyone, but Uki's nails were so nice. Uki had such nice nails, like, I swear I kept like picking up his hand to appreciate the nails, his nails. They were so pretty. It's like, hey, you let me feel your muscles? I did. It was so funny. In the middle of, we were all eating sushi. Like, it was me, Nayu, Uki, and Malim. We were all kind of being a little sussy. Not too sussy. I was totally just doing the pec dance. The pec dance where you just move your pecs individually or together. The booba dance. Yes, the booba dance. I was just doing that. We are so much sussy off stream. We turn it down on stream so we don't get bonked and everything. But off stream I feel like it's so much more. I don't think we can do half the things we do on off stream that, you know. But what do you think of Uki? Uki is the pinnacle of grace. Uki has such nice fashion. He smells nice. He's got nice hair. His nails were like really nice. I think I mentioned this before, but I literally kept grabbing his hand just to look at his nails. It was like Uki themed nails. They're like purple nails with like kind of silver. But yeah, me and Uki get along very well. It's a lot more chill. You know, still kind of flirty like I am with all of the ravenous boys. It's also like kind of relaxing to be around Uki as well. I don't think Uki would stop you from holding his hand. Does he have soft hands? Of course. Very nice soft hands. We got to hang out for a little bit. And then it was so funny because obviously it was quite late by the time Nayu and Uki finished their collab. So, you know, we had a bit of snacks. We got to hang out and talk a little bit. But then we had to head back to our respective accommodations. We were waiting for Uki because Uki got a Uber. So we were all waiting on the street for Uki to get into his Uber. Then we would go to the station. When Uki's Uber was coming, you know, we were all saying bye, giving Uki big hugs before he left. I think Nayu hugged Uki. Then I gave Uki a big hug. Then it was kind of like Malim just kind of nodded, kind of like a little bow at Uki and was like, okay, bye-bye. And then as Uki was leaving, Malim was like, I wanted to give him a hug, but I don't know if he was comfortable with it. He was so cute. And I was like, it's okay. Uki would definitely want a hug from Lem. And I think it was like the next day or the day after, I forgot, when we met up with Uki again. I was like, I told Uki that as well. I told Uki that Lem wanted to give him a hug. And then, you know, of course Uki was fine with it and everything. But yeah, that was kind of adorable. Are you happy drunk or sad drunk? I feel like most of the time I'm a happy drunk. I don't really get like drunk. Sometimes I get tipsy. So I'm that type of friend in most drinking situations. At the end of the night, even if I'm tipsy, I'm the one taking care of all the others. That's literally me every time. Will you take care of me? Of course, Uki. If you ever get drunk, I will take care of you. Even if you're not drunk, I will take care of you. And I went to meet up with Malim, Uki, and Nayu again. That was the sushi place. Because the elevator up to the sushi place, on the way down, that was the time that I covered on Nayu. I guess that was the time that I was doing the peck dance, the booba dance, as well. You know how I was joking about for the 3D, if I can't find a 3D suit big enough, then I'll just put the dots on my body. I was like, I wonder if they can if they put the dots on my pecs and I did a pec dance, if it could track it. And then I started doing the pec dance. Then Uki, obviously being very concerned about my safety, needed to check my heartbeat when I was doing the pec dance. On our way back down, that's when I covered on Nayu in the elevator. And then Malim and Uki were both like, when's our turn? So I have to cover on Uki and Malim sometime. Next time I'm in an elevator with them.
Yes, the karaoke. Yes, the karaoke. So as you know, Avalum, 4/5 of Ravenous, Uki, as well as some of the boys from Hollow Tempest were at the karaoke with us. Yeah, that was so much fun. It was really nice meeting everybody. It was nice to see Uki. I know some of you noticed. I was actually very surprised that some of you even remembered. During my debut, I did mention that both Axel and Uki were two of the people that I first saw in the VTubing sphere that really inspired me to build up confidence to pursue music as your Dino Boy. And yeah, it was really just nice seeing them. Like, I'm not really the type of person to get starstruck, but nonetheless, like, yeah, it was definitely memorable. You know, just being in a room with such skilled people and people that, you know, enjoy what they're doing and love what they're doing, you know. Like, hearing Uki and Axel sing, like actually hearing them sing within vicinity, it felt like listening to a track almost, but then you realize that it's happening live and it's like, damn, their voices are insane. Not even with our guests, watching the boys from like Avalov and Ravelins do their thing as well. Like, again, just such an honor, like such a pleasure being in a room with all these boys and just seeing them do their thing. Yeah.
And then it was the off collab with Uki. Since I needed to stream from the studio, I met up with Uki in front of the studio. I think I already bought all the snacks beforehand. Our first off collab. Did you guys enjoy? It was our Zatsu that honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I think I like I just felt bad because it felt like we were just eating and that was it. I was like, I wonder if everyone enjoyed that. Like, I couldn't really talk about anything. We just like literally ate. Got mukbang for free. So we met up. You know, obviously we're like, hi, we hugged. Yeah, note to everyone again. So obviously, you know, we're siblings. So this wasn't the first time that we saw each other. So I don't really remember the first impression because, you know, technically it wasn't my first impression. We went up and yeah, the off collab started. And you guys can see the archive for that one. It's still on my stream. I think Uki did like the jagariko a lot. He did like the egg too. The konbini eggs are so good. The cheese snack, that was good. I like that one. I think he didn't really like that one. Yeah, he loved jagariko so much. I could see it. I could see it in his face. Yeah. And there's also Uki. I think I was, you know, at that point I was meeting Uki every day. Uki was also sitting next to me too. Yeah, we love Uki. We also sang Senbon Zakura together. Well, that was kind of me being like, do you want to sing something? And he was like, okay. And he was like, what do you want to sing? And I was like, do you know any Vocaloid songs? And then, yeah, we were just talking. There are a lot of things that are like duet that are more towards sexual. And it's like, is that weird if we sing that together? Since we're siblings. So then it ended up being Senbon Zakura. Yeah. If you guys did see the archive on Uki's stream, it was very funny. For me, it felt a little bit awkward when there's too much of a long silence, but apparently it's more normal on his streams. They were like, no, don't worry about it. Yeah, it was very funny. And towards the end, if you know, he usually like hums to his ending screen, right? So when we finished, I was like, wait, Uki, can you turn up your the mic 1 second? I want to do that humming thing. And then I started going, But the thing was, we couldn't hear the stream audio. So I had to listen to the stream from my phone, which is delayed. That's why it wasn't in sync with the actual background music. But I had no choice because, yeah, I wanted to do that. I was like, damn, this is my time to do that. Because I always remember that he just hums to his background, the ending music. It was a lot of laughing. It was very fun. It was very nice. And after that, we were just hanging out, walking around places. We had shabu shabu for dinner. It was very good. That shabu shabu place was crazy. It had everything. It had so much desserts too. It had ice cream, soft serve. It had shaved ice that you can make by yourself. It even had cotton candy that you can make by yourself. And it had like the warabi mochis and stuff. I was like, damn, this place has everything. My dream. It was literally a child's dream. Even adults want it though. It was funny because I think I even told Uki, I was like, oh my god, this is like a child's dream. And Uki was like, this is my dream too. Well, something like that. I don't think that was the exact words, but it was really nice. It was funny.
What was your impression of the Tempest guys and Uki? Let me start with Uki. Oh man, I don't know if I can say this, but we've actually met before. This was not the first time. Yeah, like I guess I can tell you about my first impression back then. First, Uki does like have like a really good sense of fashion. Really good sense of fashion. I think probably one of the best ones that I've seen, for sure. I kind of regret, during this trip, I kind of regret not telling Uki, because when Uki was in the FSB studio, they had like a room for everyone. And I literally went there just to like say hi to Uki. Uki was just sitting, and then I like asked for their hand, right? I'm like, I just raised my hand and I just asked for their hand, and then they give me their hand. And then I look at their nails and I'm like, oh my god, like their nails are so pretty. And I really regret not telling them that they had like, you know, their nails were like very pretty. How pretty exactly? They were purple and with like some really cool design. They're just very pretty nails. Yeah, maybe next time. But the first time I met Uki, it was I'm not gonna say when or where, but they're very nice, very gentle, and very sweet as well. You know, Uki didn't treat us like as strangers or anything. They were like very nice and were very welcoming. And that was like a really good first impression, you know? Like, I thought that Uki was a very sweet person and kind of nice to talk to, you know? Even if it's not a lot, it was very nice.